So, race weekend, whether it is the marathon, your first marathon, your millionth marathon, or just your first 5K, you will still be mildly terrified. So these are the three most important things you should remember for the sort of 48 hours before you reach the starting line. The first is no more running. Even if you've read training guides that say you can get that extra 3K or a sort of stretching or whatever, it's really, really not worth taking the risk of injury, because at this point you're kind of nervous anyway, you kind of know all your routes, your brain's switched off, you're not kind of focused on the sort of regular patterns of running that you've been in, and you just don't want to take the risk. You won't get any fitter, it won't improve your time. The best thing you can do is to stay safe and rest. The same does go for long walking. Don't do what I have done. I did on the Brighton Half Marathon this year, which was to decide to go for a lovely walk because it's a sunny day, and then it ended up being a 3-hour walk and you're exhausted. Do not do this, even though you're probably going to feel full of beans and kind of raring to go and so much kind of energy and carbs all in you. Please just try and relax. Second thing is lay out everything that you're going to need for the next morning, either kind of under your bed, in a corner of the sitting room, by your front door if you have space, whichever. You need to lay out what you're going to put on, making sure it's nothing new and unfamiliar that you haven't worn, nothing it's going to rub or anything like that. You need to lay out what you want to have at the bottom of the bag for when you've finished the race, so stuff that you're not going to use that morning but that you're going to want to be handed back several hours later. And then on the top of the bag, you want the stuff that you're going to need when you're running, that you're going to take out at the last minute when you hand your bag over to security, so bits and pieces of food and things like that. And the third thing, back on food, is don't do anything unusual. Don't try and eat some weird kind of ultimate meal that's just pure baked potatoes. Don't try and kind of have some sort of new sort of supplement or something that's really going to give you the extra edge. Your body will know if you've done something unusual to it. Your nutrition over the last few weeks and months will be like really deep in your system by then, and you don't want to give it a sudden surprise. Also, don't be afraid to have a glass of red wine, because I've seen Paula Radcliffe, I've interviewed her, and she has a glass of wine before a big race. Relax.